Hello, people of the internet. My name is Will, and I am a 26-year-old male who has been living in his car for the past year. I know that's not very... I guess I never thought I'd really introduce myself as that, but that's something that has been a reality of my life for some time, and something that isn't really a big deal to me, to be frank with you. When I first started living in my car, it was really hard. I lost a girlfriend at the time. I lost the place that I lived in. I lost the relationship with my parents, all because I was acting in a way that was not healthy for anyone around me, and even myself. But after a year of adventuring and meeting new people and really going out in life and experiencing it, I found an inner strength that I never even knew I had before. Up until that time when I lost my place of living and kind of everything that I ever had at once, I was very sheltered. I kind of had everything taken care of for me. I barely worked. I was soft, really, to put it bluntly. I was extremely soft on the inside and on the out. But losing everything, and all I had left really, and this is most, and I had more than most people have. I had a car. I mean, the battery didn't work, and I had no driver's license or insurance, but I had a car. So I was able to live inside of something and not on the streets, and I'm grateful for that. Very grateful. But in losing everything, I learned what is truly important, and you can't even really quantify that with a sentence. It made me grateful to be alive. Up until that time, I was just sitting at home playing games, smoking weed, living a fool's dream. I mean, I still am living a dream, I guess, in a way, but I'm more logical, I guess, about it. I'm a lot more centered. I found peace. I found a better understanding of myself. I think the greatest thing that I have is peace, really. I didn't have that before. My peace was always attached to a person or a thing, never myself. If I was alone, I was never at peace. I was always in an anxiety-ridden state. I had to get high to be happier. Everything that I don't know. I lived in a delusional life, and I guess I still do, in a way. To some people I do, but what I have now is an internal peace that is no longer sort of dictated by other people, and for that I am truly grateful. And to me, that's the greatest gift I could ever have, is a happy heart. To be able to live in my car for a year, and probably still for a while, and not feel hopeless and sad and depressed, that is a gift. And that's a gift that I want to share with people, I guess, is why I'm doing this. I want to show you that even when the cards are maybe stacked against you, or you've stacked the cards against yourself, or you've made mistakes, you fucked up, or whatever, you can still find happiness in life. You can still see the joy in it. It's just going to take a little bit of a journey. It's going to take some faith. It's definitely going to take some application on your part. But you can see the beauty in this, and you can, no matter where you are, no matter how depressed you are, no matter how sad you are, you can find epicness in life. And it's here for you, and I want to help show you the way. At least the way I found it. Because I feel like I've thought about my life in the long run, you know, like, okay, now I'm aware of life, I'm aware of life being a gift, I'm aware that life is now limitless, that there's endless possibilities of what I can experience. What do I do with this, you know? And I sat on it and I thought about it and I said, well, you know, going for a life of money just doesn't seem worth it. You know, going for a life of excess and partying and impulse doesn't really seem sound, fulfilling, you know. And the only thing that seemed worth it to me is living a life in the dedication of others, to try to help others. You know, if I can help somebody out there, you know, maybe change the path of their life to something better, to something good for them, then that is something worth my time. That makes my life worth it. And so that's what I want to do with my YouTube channel and my website, to show you the beauty in life and show you the tips and the tricks that I've learned to do that. So today or tonight, I'm going to be showing you my number one epic trick of how to find peace in this life, in this experience, in this existence, in this universe, in this everything that is and has been and will be forever. I want you to see the peace and the joy that is here, and I want you to find it, just like I did. And just so you know, I'm completely sober. I haven't had a drop of alcohol. I haven't smoked weed for over 6 months. I haven't touched any sort of drug in a very long time, and I have zero intention to do so ever again in my life. I found the joy in life sober, and to me that is a gift. Again, a gift I wish to share. So I'm going to be showing you tonight what I do, one of the main things I do that just brings me maximum peace and hope and faith in this life. So thank you for listening to my initial rant. We're gonna take the camera moving. It was raining, but now it's not. It is a little cold tonight, but that's alright. Alright, let's go. Alright, so I'm actually here at a park that I frequented when I first moved to this area in my car. I would sleep. I worked overnights at this gas station that I actually work at again, but there was a period of time where I didn't work. Unfortunately, I don't think you can see the stars, which sucks, but what I'm hoping you can hear is the wind and how beautiful it sounds rustling through the trees. Like, there's just little tiny aspects of life in the world that are just so beautiful that it just takes some time to slow down to hear and see. Like, there are so many tiny gifts that interact with the human mind here that will just bring you peace if you can set your focus to them. One of our biggest problems nowadays is that, like, we're so focused on, like, internet, like video games, electronics, like our time is constantly being served to other things. Like, oh, we gotta make money, oh, we gotta do this, oh, I gotta meet my friends, oh, blah, blah, I gotta hit the gym. Like, we're just going, you know. We got energy drinks, like a lot of energy drinks, like we got a lot of people on drugs, like, you know, like shit is just going. Like, some people have altered states of consciousness because of the drugs. Like it's just like a whirlwind of shit that's like going on. Like, people have children that they have to take care of, or people are living on the streets. Like, people are just trying to survive. So, like, they literally don't have time to, like, focus on the small intricacies of life that are here for us to enjoy. And, like, it sucks. Because, like, I wasn't really caught up in that shit. I was a bitch, basically. Like, I'll say that. And I say that with pride, you know, at this point, because I'm so proud of myself for how much I've changed. You know, like, I was very spoiled and, like had everything taken care of. Like, for me. You know, like I had a condo that like I basically didn't even pay rent. I had a job at Taco Bell. Like, I'm not saying like a job at Taco Bell is like amazing. It's just like I was living a life like that was just taken care of, and like I didn't appreciate it all. And like now all that shit's changed. But what I'm trying to say is like back in the day I was just high as fuck all the time, and I was just playing video games, and again I was stuck in this cycle of depression, so I never found like the beauty in life. I was just thinking, oh, I'm gonna go and make money playing games online and YouTube videos, and that's gonna be my life, and I'm just gonna get high all day and, you know, like make stupid videos and people are gonna like them. No, like that, like, and I also wanted to make music. I mean, I still want to do that. Like, music is my joy. It's what brings me happiness, but I have like way more backup plans now. Like, you know, I'm studying like computer science. Well, I haven't gone that far, but I have the intention to. I've started to break into the knowledge, you know. I've started reading more books, you know. I have, instead of like, oh, I'm just gonna do one thing in life, I have like a bunch of plans of like stuff that I'm gonna do, and like I just look at life so much different. Like, it sucks because a lot of us don't have time, you know, but we can always make time. You know, like before you go to work, you can take a walk if you wake up early enough, you know, but to do that you have to go to sleep early enough. But to do that you have to have time to do that. You know, there's some people that even I know that work 2 jobs, you know, like they're working 80-hour weeks and they barely get any time. I work with a fellow, he's got a really good heart, and he only has time to sleep like 4 hours a day, and like because of that, like he suffers. And like there's a lot of people here that are suffering, and so that's what I want to do with this channel. This channel has zero intention of financially stabilitating my life. I just want you guys to see like the peace again that's here. And so I'm just taking my little walk right now. It's pretty cold, it's late, I think it's like 10, which isn't too late, but at least there's no one here to bother us. And the cool thing about this park is sometimes cops come through, but I mean, like, they never bothered me when I was sleeping here, so I don't think we'll have a problem. But yeah, as you can just see, like, I don't know, like, life is like beautiful, but you just have to have the eyes to see it. And sometimes to like really see the beauty in like even a painting or like a song, you gotta sit in it for a little bit. And like, that's what you gotta do with life. You just gotta sit in it and absorb it and listen. I swear, like, here's a little tip of the many that I hope to give you, is like, I swear, like 50 or more % of life, like 90% of life is just listening. You know, like, we're all wrapped up in our own opinions and like our own thoughts, and we're always trying to push them on others. But like, there's a time and a place for that. But I think like your opinion is your opinion already. Like, what you think is what you think already. But like, isn't it more interesting to like maybe expand what you think, like expand what you know? And like, the only way to do that is to listening to other people's opinions and like adapting them into yours. You might learn some new information that you didn't even know about, you know, if you're just listening. And so that's how, like, that's just with people, you know, but I'm talking about listening to life, like the world, like the sky, you know, like the sounds, the birds, the trees, the wind, you know, like, that's what I want to do. So that's what I'm trying to stay a little bit focused here, but as you can tell, my mind is, it runs at a strange pace, that's for sure. I think there's definitely a drone being flown here. As you can see here, you'll find little things here and there that are pretty. Yeah, but this is a really beautiful park, especially during the day. I highly recommend come check it out. I'm not gonna tell you where I am though until I leave. which hopefully will be soon, which will be, I think, a very interesting part of this recorded journey of mine. But yeah, let's focus now and kind of go to why I'm here. So I'm just gonna be sitting down, and I'm not gonna talk. So one of the things that has really helped me in this whole journey of basically being alone for the first time and getting my shit together and finding peace is the words of Jesus. And the way that I perceive Jesus is probably a lot different than most people, and I think the way that I see him is something that I think maybe some new generation people might be able to see where I'm going, but I understand completely if people call me crazy, and that's okay with me. I rather be out of my mind than stuck inside of my mind. I rather be able to, I don't believe there's such thing in reality as crazy. I just think there's people that think differently than others, and because the other people can't comprehend fully what the other person is saying, they assign a word, basically a fear-based word, or a judgment-based word, which is crazy. Just because you don't understand something right off the bat doesn't mean you have to fill in the blanks with a word that is negative. Just because someone thinks differently or acts differently doesn't mean they're crazy. It just could be a possible incoming evolution of something, or some things are changing. Reality is constantly changing, but we fear change. But I mean, change is inevitable, I guess. People said airplanes couldn't be built, and now we're tearing apart the atmosphere in jets. So, people said we couldn't control the weather. Now we seed the clouds, and we can control the weather. Making it rain in Dubai is actually supposedly a thing where they can actually make it rain because they have the technology to do so. So anyways, I digress. What I'm going to be doing now is just sitting here on this table, and I'm going to read some stuff for you, and then I'm just going to sit in silence. I won't do any meditation. I will focus on my breathing, but I'm just going to sit here on this table for about 30 minutes in silence. I set my intention of why I'm doing this, to give time to God. I define God as a higher power, as something that has control of my life that is more than just me. I define God as a being that is not of this world, that loves me and cares for me, so that way I always feel loved by something if it's not a person. I define God as something that created me to enjoy life, to experience everything that is here. And I define God as something that has my best interest in mind. And I define Jesus as the doorway to God, as Jesus was the one who came here from wherever he came from, where you want to say it's heaven, outer space, I don't care, to sort of tell us, hey, you're in a design, you're in a universe, let me show you how to live in it optimally. Let me show you how to love life. Let me show you how to evolve as a people. Let me show you how to grow. Let me show you how to change. Let me show you how to reach your full potential that was written in your design, as I am one of the many who designed you. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna read some word, and I'm gonna kind of go over it with you. I do this daily, and I'm telling you, it's brought me peace. I used to have massive amounts of anxiety, but this, even if it's fictional, it doesn't matter. It's a mindset, and science will back up that mindsets, the power of the mind is something that cannot be confined. What you believe, what you think will become your reality. If I believe in this intricate religion that says I am loved, then I will truly believe that and I will start to feel that. And who doesn't want to feel loved even when they're alone? I'll keep my hand raised for that until the end of time. I want to feel loved at all times, and that's something that for me was really hard because when I was a kid, I lost my mom when I was 2. She was homeless. I'm adopted. Yada yada yada. That shit was hard, and I don't know if there's any foster kids out there or adopted kids out there that went through that probably understand what I'm saying. It leaves a void. It leaves an emptiness in you. It gives you pain at a young age, and trust me, there's people that go through a lot worse stuff. I'm not telling you to pity me at all. I'm just saying that for me, feeling loved alone was something very hard for me to be able to wrap my head around. And through Jesus and through God and through knowing them, I've been able to find self-love, and that is a massive gift. That is something that cannot be taken away. And that, again, is something I wish to share with you. Not to force you into, not to tell you how to live. Just hey, here's a door that you can go through if you want to. And, there's just smiling faces on the other side. You don't have to come through, but if you want to come through, and feel happiness, sober, you want to see the joy in life. You want to see the gift that is life. You'll completely see life in a different way. I have a lot of theory behind it that I can't prove, but I can just say what's worked for me, and it's really expanded my mind, the way that I think, the way that I see things. But yeah, I can rant for hours, and I think that's why this will be a fun YouTube sort of series, whatever. I really wish you could see the stars tonight. They're beautiful. But I'm gonna read some word, and then do my little 30-minute thing. I'm not gonna have the camera rolling for 30 minutes. That'd be ridiculous. And then I'll kind of recap after I finish. But yeah, thank you for listening to this rant. Hopefully I didn't lose you, but even if I did, it's okay, because life goes on, right? Be rehearsing this. So the book that I like to read is Jesus Calling by Sarah Young. And what I usually do every day is I'll open a page, but a random one, and it'll kind of summarize the moment. But I think I actually opened it to something else already earlier today that really helped me, and so I want to share that with you. My face is shining upon you, beaming out peace that transcends understanding. You are surrounded by a sea of problems, but you are face to face with me, your peace. As long as you focus on me, you are safe. If you gaze too long at the myriad of problems around you, you will sink under the weight of your burdens. When you start to sink, simply call out, "Help me, Jesus," and I will lift you up. The closer you live to me, the safer you are. Circumstances around you are undulating, and there are treacherous-looking waves in the distance. Fix your eyes on me, the one who never changes. By the time those waves reach you, they will have shrunk to proportions of my design. I am always beside you, helping you face today's waves. The future is a phantom, seeking to spook you. Laugh at the future, stay close to me. Come to me and rest in my loving presence. You know that this day will bring difficulties, and you are trying to think your way through those trials. As you anticipate what is ahead of you, you forget that I am with you now and always. Rehearsing your troubles results in experiencing them many times, whereas you are meant to go through them only when they actually occur. Do not multiply your suffering this way. Instead, come to me and relax in my peace. I will strengthen you and prepare you for this day, transforming your fear into confident trust. So, today I was really starting to lose myself again. In my, I don't know, I feel like I always teeter on the edge of depression. Everything kind of comes at me at once, the reality of my situation, which is I still talk to my parents, but it's hard. there's definitely a disconnect there, and I can't blame them. You know, like, they adopted me when I was 2, and they did so much for me, and for some reason as a kid growing up, I don't know what it was, either I couldn't accept their love, or I couldn't accept what they were saying. I couldn't accept the fact that they were just trying to help me. And that always created a rift between us, and made things really hard. And I carried that sort of, I don't know I can't even really understand who I was. And like, it's still hard with them, so like, I don't have that bond. The person that I was seeing basically for a year, I found out had been lying to me the whole time. I had found lies in them before, but had forgiven it because, you know, Jesus says to forgive and to move forward. But I think there's a point where you can forgive and forgive and forgive, but finally you need to distance yourself from someone that is continuously lying to you. So I kind of cut that off, and then, you know, the living in the car sort of weighs on you over time. I mean, again, like, I think to myself, it could be worse. I could be on the streets, you know, I could be even colder at night, you know, I could have nothing to eat, you know, I could not have the strength to work, I could be too depressed not to work. Life could always get worse. You know, I could focus on the low funds in a bank account, but I choose not to. These words like of love, you know, because we are what we absorb. You know, if you absorb violence and hate, things like that, that will fill you, you know. But if you absorb words of love and compassion, then that is what you will feel. And when you feel love and compassion, you are at peace, and you can do anything in life. You know, I work at a gas station, and every day that's how I say it, I guess, is I get to interact with customers daily, and sometimes they come in with some not so happy demeanors, and they tend to take it out on the person that's behind the counter, and that is me in the morning. Sometimes it's other people that I've seen them treat poorly. But I used to look at it as, oh my gosh, I have to deal with a mean person again, getting demeaned, oh, I hate them so much, people are ugly, blah, blah, blah. But through practicing sort of these words in my life, and learning to show compassion in every chance that I have to take an action, I have learned that if someone is being rude to you or is being mean to you, it's just because they themselves are suffering, you know? And like, you sort of start to learn that anger and those poor emotions are really illogical, and really only hold you back. If you go around being rude to people, you're only closing doors. You're only closing yourself off to possible experiences. You know, maybe the person you yelled at in line at Walmart was your future wife or your future husband. Maybe they were your future best friend. Maybe they were somebody that gave you a job. You know, like, you don't know who you're dealing with when you're dealing with them. You don't know who you're talking to when you're talking to them. You know, if you're kind to everyone that you meet, you will find more out of life, because whether we like it or not, we're all here to share life. Life is a shared experience, and that's one of the coolest things about it, is that there's millions upon millions of self-aware entities that share this one space that's very vast, obviously, but it's super interesting. And like, people are like, oh, how can we achieve like peace? How can we have world peace? Well, the answer is here. It's been here for a very long time. It's in the words of Jesus, and trust me, if you had met me a year ago, I would have thought that was crazy. I would have thought, oh, Jesus, what the heck, like, shut up. And then I would have gone back to smoking my backwood and feeling like crap. But now I see the value in this and how this can help you and change your life, and how this not even like I'm not even saying go to like you have to go to church. Like, I'm not even saying go pay money. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying read these words, learn who the man was, follow his words, and see how it changes your life. See how it, people say like, it's always the reason why you should do something or why you should try this. Well, I'll tell you the why of why Jesus is because of how you will feel. Who doesn't want peace? I'm not even saying peace in the world, but I'm just saying, like, let's be selfish for a second and say, do you want peace for yourself? I think you do. Like, how can you say no to internal peace, to being happy with nothing? You can be happy with nothing. In that moment, you can be happy. And when you're happy in the moment, you can see the beauty in it. You can see every aspect of it, and you can get the most out of it. And these words are the pathway to that for yourself and for others. And like, I think the biggest thing that I've learned is, like I said before, is to show compassion in every situation that you can. And again, that's not for the person you're showing compassion to. It's for you. Every time you spend time with an emotion, it grows stronger. The more you're angry, the stronger that anger grows. The more you're sad, the stronger that sadness grows. The more you're happy, the stronger that happiness grows. The more you're at peace, the more that peace grows. The more you love, the more that love grows. And it's just part of our design that we can't deny. Human beings, every aspect of a human person can be quantified and can be studied and can be written and put on paper. We're not too very complicated. And this is one of those pieces that I think is missing from everybody. Again, I don't tell anyone how to live. I will never tell you how to live. I will never tell you what to do. Simply, if someone's going to be able to go on the street and say, try marijuana, then I want to be able to go on the street and say, try Jesus. If someone's going to be able to go on the street and say, try this energy drink, I think we should be able to say, try Jesus, try peace. You deserve peace. You don't understand, like, the value in this. You could have the most tough life situation and still be happy. You don't have to wake up depressed. You don't have to be sad. You can mourn when you lose things, but you don't have to wallow in that emotion and have it define your day. You can realize that you are the maker of your destiny. You are the makers of your life, and no one else can take that away from you. You can be at peace at all times, and that is what these words will bring you to. But again, I digress. So now that I've read that and I've found how that applied to my day, which is, I find myself among these sea of problems, like the car, the stress at work, the not really having any friends at the moment, and, being kind of alone. I still feel hope for the future. I still am excited to wake up tomorrow and go to work. I'm still excited to learn something new. I can see that life is limitless and full of emotions for me to experience. And I'm happy. I'm at peace. I'm grateful to be alive and be here. And I just want to keep sharing that with you and showing you that. So yeah, we're gonna turn off the camera. I'm gonna sit here for about 20-30 minutes, depending on how cold it gets, and focus on my breathing, and then I'll check back with you afterwards. So I didn't sit for too long, and really it's just because it's too cold at this point. It's getting chilly, and this is California, so I can't imagine how it is other places, and all the people that are sleeping outside right now in the streets, I don't know how they do it. I can't even imagine that life.
But I really want to explain, make sure I hit this on the head, the purpose of doing this, to give time to God, you know, so that He can bless you, you know, like you're showing your faith, showing your faith is something that is more than you. You're humbling yourself, you know. Being humble is really, really good. Again, helps you keep doors open. Being humble, you know, you don't never want to be arrogant, never want to be prideful. That's unattractive qualities that you really don't need. That will really set you back. What you're really doing, and like, let's take God out of the equation for a second. Just to sit outside for a little bit. I think, personally, my personal opinion is that, you know, nature naturally interacts with the human mind as part of our design, and helps bring you peace. You know, because again, we're just sort of, all we are is this sort of machine that absorbs, takes in its environment, and then takes it all in. Then, like, based off your heart or some sort of internal factor, like, deals with it and then has an output. So we're just receiving our input and then ultimately putting out how we received it. I don't know, I'm not explaining that well, but like, we're just sponges, and like, nature is beautiful. Like, trees are beautiful, like the wind is beautiful, and like, when you're absorbing that, whether you believe in God or not, like, that will bring you peace. And like, setting some time, like, throughout your day to do that is just really good for you. Like, I'm not even talking about getting, like, sitting on the ground and meditating. I'm just saying, sitting down, not talking, focusing on your breathing. You know, it's okay to let thoughts in your mind. I think a really cool thing that you can do is, like, say you're working on something, you know, like work, you know, like, maybe you have, like, work, like, kind of running in your head, and like, you sit and maybe you'll think of an idea for that situation or what's going on at work. Or say you have a situation with your family or a friend and you don't really know what to do with it. Go sit on it, you know, don't make rash decisions. Go outside, maybe sit outside for a little bit and just kind of think. Not think at all, actually, just sort of have that be your last thought, then stop thinking for a little bit outside, alone, and quiet. And then maybe the solution will come to you in that place of peace. You know, I really think peace is important for us internally and externally among the world, because in a place of peace we can really think rationally, and we can really do things rationally, and we can think, like, logically to our most optimized way, form, whatever. You know, you can't make good decisions in a place of panic or a place of anger. You know, I think the best decisions are the ones that are well thought out, and to be able to do that, you have to have some peace within yourself. You know, as hippie as it sounds, you know, communing with nature is like a really good thing to do in your life. It's healthy to be peaceful. It's good for your body, for your heart, lowers your stress, you know. So even if it's, say you can't sit, go for a walk. Say you can't go for a walk, sit. You know, you can do it. I believe in you. You just gotta make time for stuff sometimes. That can be hard, especially nowadays. Life is beyond tricky for a lot of us, beyond stressful. Time is crunched. Say you have kids or relationship or work, any other sort of thing like that. Not gonna have a lot of time for yourself, but I think it's in your best interest to make some alone time, or even with friends, you know. Go for a hike with a friend and just sit in silence for a little bit. You don't have to talk the whole time, you know. I think that would be really good for you. And This is probably, I'm gonna end the walk here as far as me talking. I have to talk a lot because when I do that, it helps. I have a lot of thoughts. I guess you could say I think a lot, so kind of this is my way of venting into the camera to get everything out. And when I finally do this, I can sleep. I really wish you could see these clouds. Maybe, oh, you can a little bit, and I could probably brighten this footage. But it's so beautiful here. I don't think you can see the stars, but maybe we can do some editing magic or something like that to bring them out. But yeah, this life is beautiful, and the way to see it sometimes is to, like, take a deep breath and sit in life for a little bit and slow down. Slow down every once in a while, and it'll be worth it. So please, if you have a chance today or sometime this week, go sit outside in nature, even if it's your backyard, in silence, and ask yourself, how did you feel before? And then ask yourself, how did I feel after? And then you can call me crazy, and I'm cool with that, but at least you tried, and that's all that I asked for, is that you try. So I'm honestly just gonna say this: I love you, whoever you are, wherever you are. I do care about you, because you matter. We all do. We wouldn't be here if we didn't matter. So yeah, I think my next video is sort of going to give you a better understanding of my life, and sort of give you motivation of what is possible. That's really what I want my life experience to be about, is showing people what is possible. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a good night. LoveWillLight.